Our third philosopher on your blog is Eckhart Tolle. And I've read his Power of Now. Amazing, really, really touched my life. Continues to inform me in so many ways. Oprah Winfrey has discovered him and made him really famous. He seems like such a genuine, enlightened, humble being as a philosopher and teacher on the planet today. Why don't you share why he is one of your three main philosophers?
Yeah, this is, I think, purely because I'm an Indian and a Bombayite, and Eckhart Tolle is so famous in Bombay, thanks to friends of mine. His name I forget. The one who published him, in fact, in Bombay. And
Yogi
India.
Impressions.
Yes, but I forget the name of the owner of that place.
Yes.
In fact, his mother is a mystic.
Yes.
Of great quality. Anyway, coming back to so the Eckhart Tolle thing was very practical. So many people like Eckhart Tolle. They don't realize that Eckhart Tolle had a very strong mystical experience.
Yes.
Which made him into Eckhart Tolle. And then he was introduced to the public in Bombay and so on. So there is another thing about Eckhart Tolle which I liked very much. And I do not know whether I've come to terms with it also. He will allow, much as our friend, who's the chap we've been talking about so much, A Rhythm of Being Man.
Raymond Panikkar.
He will say, look, don't discount this Christian thing of suffering and so on. Okay, because there are people like Jesus and so on who have influenced a lot of people. What I am saying, Eckhart Tolle am saying is that there is no need to suffer that way. There is another way to look at it. And I'm offering you both ways, but I'm saying the way I'm offering you you can change that suffering into a source of self-improvement and even joy by the approach you have to it. I think this is extremely enlightening and enlightened also. In other words, what I like about Eckhart Tolle is, again, his all-inclusiveness, which has come up constantly in these interviews and so on. He is ready to look at human beings as they are, to accept them as they are, to help them to understand themselves, and not say, this is the only way in which you can look at things. No, it's not the only way. My preferred way is the way in which you don't look at suffering as suffering, So
Yet he talks about, he has a way that he says the now, be in the now, right? That is his way. It's, from what I have seen, that is, through that power of now and the power of the presence of the now moment, the reframing can happen of the suffering.
Yes. You want me to comment on this, or you have something more to say? No. Well, actually, I'm not saying he has got it from that, because people can independently discover the same truth. But this power of now is a very old idea in Christian, especially Catholic philosophy. There have been Catholic mystics and philosophers who have insisted that is the only thing we have in this moment. So deal with this moment now. Now, this is all that we have. So this is an older idea which I won't say is a incorporated idea or he knew of it before, I don't know. But it is something that has accompanied an authentic current of spirituality which says we only have this moment, we don't know whether we'll be alive at the next moment. So let's make the best of it.
If we were to link it back to the idea of suffering, this is the Byron Katie work where she says all suffering comes when you deny reality or don't want reality or don't like the reality of the moment. Then you suffer.
Yeah, and therefore then you must ask yourself what suffering means, no?
Yeah.
Because it is possible for you never to suffer anything at all if you take everything as what it is now.
Yes.
In other words, the next moment you may not be suffering at all.
Yes.
So, I think that this is something which everybody needs, whether they are religious or not religious. This is all I have. This now. That we make the best of it. Not say, I will love later, I will learn later. No, you can learn right now. So, the question of suffering arises when we start intellectualizing it, bringing it to mind and say, why should I suffer? I shouldn't suffer. Other people are not suffering and so on and so forth. Hey, come on. This is life, this is reality. Make the best of it. So
there's this human preference in the
very good.
Vedic thing. This called rag dvesh, right? The being is kind of attracted towards something and denies and runs away from something else, right? And from there begins suffering.
Yes, I think so. Exactly. Yes. Yes.
And Eckhart Tolle is reminding us to drop that and just be in the now, where you're in a way released from your rag and dvesh, your likes and dislikes.
Now, what I like about your attitude to things is that you can pick up areas in Indian philosophy, which though I have learned a lot of it in philosophy myself and taught it and so on, are not so common, because it is typical of India and its philosophers to be all-embracing, to open yourself out to it. And you seem to have discovered, even for me, certain strains or certain lines of thinking which are not so commonly known. And that's very good. That's the one service you can do to everybody, as you've done for me.
Thank you. So, just to close on Eckhart Tolle, he's such a famous person, but Lancy, on Eckhart Tolle, why is Eckhart Tolle one of your 42 lighthouses? Any closing comment on that? When there are so many philosophers, why is he one of your three, along with Aldous Huxley and Raymond Panikkar?
Because I'm from Bombay, and because my friend of the Yogi Impressions was the one who presented him, and everybody was talking about him at a certain time. You couldn't go to any spiritual conference without hearing about Eckhart Tolle. So that's not to discount him. I think he is very well known and famous, and since that time, which I'm talking about in Bombay, years ago, he has got into these tea detox,
Yes,
and
TED
so on,
Talks,
TED Talks, and established himself and gone right into the heart of all. I think he even visited the headquarters of Mark Zuckerberg, and so he is able to deal on an equal level with people of the IT industry, and he has a message which is universal.
Yeah.
Which was not the reason why I got interested in him in Bombay, because in Bombay he had a message which Bombayites were all crazy about.
Great. So thank you. On that note, we'll close our interview for today.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you.